The Mermaid Witch is a boss that's giving a lot of trouble to a lot of player, especially in nightmare difficulty. And while she certainly is really hard, knowing how she works and using the right character makes her more manageable. In standard mode she has 2 phases, but her first phase is really easy. She has no passives and will just use the same underwhelming attack every turn. Her second phase is where the fight really begins. She has a passive ability that increases her attack and defense every turn. She also regains a bit of her break gauge every turn. She doesn't deal a lot of damage at the start, but her stats will snowball out of control if you don't deal with her rapidly. Unfortunately, all of her skills will make breaking and killing her a struggle. The combination of action delay, MP reduction, damage reduction, and buffs removal is simply diabolical. Her buff removal will also remove your shields, so be careful if you're using a defender. I noted her skill rotation in case you think it might be useful, so don't hesitate to pause the video to look at it. The best way to tackle the fight is to use a double breaker team. Her break bonus is really high and her action is delayed a lot upon break. It's fairly easy to max out the break bonus and kill her in a single break, but be careful to not break her while she has her damage reduction or the break will be totally wasted. In battler mode the fight is the exact same, she is just stronger and has a few resistances that can mostly be ignored. Use the same strategy and as long as you've leveled up enough since standard you can do it. Now let's talk about the fight that gives nightmares to people, pun intended. She now attacked twice per turn, which is a huge problem due to the disruption caused by her skills. She also gains a speed buff every turn if you don't afflict her with an ailment. Just take a look at her skill rotation, she disrupts your team almost every turn. She is such a pain in the ass. The number 1 rule for this fight is that you need someone capable of inflicting an ailment in your team. The boss is simply impossible to beat without one. If you allow her to stack her speed buff, she will snowball out of control and kill your team in the blink of an eye. The requirement for a debuffer restricts team building, but the strategy is still the same. Use a double breaker team and try to kill her in one break. Using a double support team to guarantee the 1 break kill is possible but will give her more time to stack her buffs, so this might be really hard without a 5-star sustain. At the time of this video's release, there are only 4 debuffers capable of inflicting an ailment in the game, so let's compare them. Since they will be the only support in the team, the damage increase they give with their debuffs is really important to kill the boss in 1 break. But the most important criteria is their ailment infliction rate, especially since the boss has a bit of resistance to all ailment. Felicia can inflict stun with both her skill and special attack, but the chance is low at only 60 and 65% chance. She has a speed buff allowing more action to try to inflict stun and can reduce the defense by 30%. Although stun is really strong, completely robbing the boss of a turn, the infliction rate is way too low. You can try using her, but you might rip out your own hair in frustration when she misses a stun midway through the fight. Ran is a much better choice. Her skill has a 100% chance to inflict wound, and although wound is a weaker ailment than stun, the consistency is a necessity in this fight. She is also the best support among the debuffers. 30% defense reduction and 33% damage increase pretty much guarantees the 1 break kill. While working on this video, I tested the performance of all the debuffers, except Felicia, and I was extremely impressed by Himika. She might be better for this fight than Ren despite being a 4-star. First, if she has a 100% chance to burn with her skill, and although her supporting capabilities are weaker with only a 13% damage increase, the action delay is simply godlike for this fight. All of the boss annoying skills are easier to deal with if she can't use them as much. You don't even need much investment to make her work. She's fine at magic level 59, no need to use any prism orb. On the other hand of the 4-star spectrum we have Hannah. While Himika bring a ton of good stuff to the team, Hannah's only use is her curse application. She does nothing else. On top of that, her special attack removes ailments on the target. Just don't use her unless she's your only option. Since the boss has resistances to all ailments, even a 100% chance isn't guaranteed to hit. So we must increase our ailment hit rate as much as possible with portraits and support abilities. The best portrait for your debuffer is Captivated by Where You Stand, but since it's an event portrait, you might not have it if you joined the game too late. Some alternatives are Thank You for Giving Me a Name and Yuwasa of the Anonymous AI. Himika and Hana also have a character-specific portrait that you can get by increasing their heart file level, but they are pretty bad. There are only 3 support abilities in the game that increases the ailment hit rate. Ren increases it by a whopping 20% on top of a 5% speed buff. If you have both her and Himika, it might be a good idea to equip Ren to Himika for the extra consistency instead of using Ren. Hana gives 4% ailment hit rate, it's not a lot but better than nothing. Himika also give 4% but nobody can make use of her support ability at the time of this video. That's it for this guide. If you want to compare the performances of the debuffers, except Felicia, I uploaded a video where I test them in the fight, the link is in the description. And if you have trouble with a boss, don't hesitate to leave a comment and I will make a guide about it. Thanks for watching.